in the wrong direction, who you should praise is the Lord. The Lord. That's where you get blessings. So that person, all you doing is filling their head, making it puff, and making them more and more, instead of more and more in good result, you're making them more and more wicked. It does, because you puff somebody's head up so much, you be waking them, ooh, I must be all those things and then that. But, that's what people do. And, you can like somebody, just like you can like a nice young man, and a nice young man could be all that and then some, But we will give our praise to the Lord like that. Give our praise to the Lord, because He's what caused the world to spin around the sun. Of course, when we say the sun has rise, the sun just came, the earth just came in the sun's view, because we always have a viewpoint. We're on an axle. So when we describe that the sun has not rise, is going down. The sun didn't move any. We moved. But anyway, you try telling that to people. Those people are like, you're crazy. Because we don't feel it moving. Lord, if we felt this earth moving, we'd be all dead. I'm sorry. We'd be gone. If I felt, ooh, it's moving, we'd be living our whole house a different way. We'd be chained to the ground. That's what we'd be. Because we have a tendency that we can get we have to wear some boots that keep us pinned to the ground. It'll be hard to walk in those boots, but we're going to have to keep ourselves steady. If we felt the spinning of the earth, Lord, that would be experience we don't want to experience. But to, this whole thing, it's just, I'm not saying that you can't protest what the guy did. What the guy did, it was right. No, it's not right what he did. I think they do have some police officers that just take their job to a big-headed level. And some of them are big-headed, because I've seen some black police officers that took their job to a big-headed level. I'm talking to him about something, and he's like, are you really sure about this? I'm like, but I'm just talking to you. And he's trying to make fun of me when I'm saying something. I'm like, and he's black. I'm like, okay. Well, clearly I cannot get anything from you. And it's just, you taking your position not as a sacrifice. You want to be a heroism. There's heroisms. There's heroisms. Look what I defeated this big black man. Got my knee on his head. That's, come on. He didn't single-handedly, of course, we know, didn't pin him down and was able to have his knee on his head. Now, the result of him having his knee on his head prevent him from breathing. And of course, the guys pinning him down prevent him from moving. So he couldn't maneuver out of him. The guy which had the knee on his head, couldn't maneuver because they had him held down. But he did clearly, as he heard on tape, he said, I can't breathe. I don't know if y'all ever heard of this. I don't know all the actualities of this case, but a lady police officer and her husband, and there's a guy, he's a bad guy, and they actually had a chokehold. This was a big white dude, and here he takes his skinny a Spanish dude, and he pins him down, and she's like pinning him down a little bit, and he's pinning all the way, and he's like, he can't breathe. I think he said he couldn't breathe. He had it. That big white dude had his whole self, and she did too. And she's supposed to be a police officer. She should say, okay, honey, that's her husband. Yeah, honey, all we're going to do is take him to jail, Don't need to kill him or anything. And that's exactly what they did. They killed him. And the family, people saw this. They even videotaped him doing this, and they took him to court, and they went to jail because they were bad. They were terrible. That's not the way you operate. You just throw yourself and say, I'm authoritism and I'm going to kill this guy and I'm going to show you authority. You ain't going to mess with me. You're going to find a lot of other big guys in jail, some that may commend him for what he did, and some may not, which are Spanish, you know. And they're going to have to separate him, separate her, separate him. Then, there's a lot of violence that happen in jail. A lot of violence that you don't hear about. Maybe those people who's been in jail, the families, they heard, oh, your son or daughter got killed in jail. You don't hear about it a lot, but it's been in there, And if they're in there for life, they don't care who they kill. They don't care. And maybe that son or daughter wasn't supposed to be in there. They were accused. Yeah. And that's another thing. We want to believe that women, whenever they say, oh, that man touched me. Oh, this guy did this. And maybe the guy did, maybe the guy didn't. If we can be we can be wicked as women. Okay? We can. And we know it. We can be, if I want that man and you got him, I'm gonna say I'm pregnant. He got it, and he can say no, I never had relationship with that person. Say yeah, you did. I'm pregnant. And do that. They can do these things, and and it's horrible. They could do this, or they could say a young girl can go up to a man and say, well, I'm of age. He's not checking her ID or anything. She could be 12 and she can look like she's 16. And he says, well, I'm this age, and he's very, very frank, being honest. Well, I don't think I should go with you because I'm only 16, so you can go with me. I'm gonna be 17 in a few, and we don't have to do anything, but kiss, and then of course, just kissing ain't gonna be relevant. We'll go farther, and then later on down the line, he's in the girl, who told him that she's 17 now, and really she can be 13. Who do you think they're gonna side with if they could get caught? They're gonna say that he's raping her. And if that girl didn't want to get in trouble, what's she gonna say? Yes, he's raping me. Isn't it awful? Just like these. I remember when they had the president in for. I just want you to compare the reaction. Okay, the reaction. Okay, Bill Clinton. He had all these women, Monica Lewinsky and Jennifer Flowers, and all these people coming out saying that he did this and he did that, right? And on them, and people are like, oh no, he didn't do that. You're lying, because they already made big deal. He's not one of these male chauvinists, okay? He's class. He's this. He's not a sex fiend. And then we come out, all these women, the other women who were also in the same situation, explain, and they tried to block those people out. Okay, now we have another president, we have Trump. And they clearly didn't like Trump. They clearly do not like Trump, okay? And when they didn't like Trump, what did they do? These have called these women, and these women, maybe this woman was a hooker. Who's believe a hooker? Because on his end, you have these prominent women. These women are educated. But now you bring in a hooker who says, yeah, he compared me to his daughter, your friend, and all that stuff. And you're believing a hooker. She's a hooker. And she made that, she can be an educated hooker, but if you're an educated hooker, use your brain. Don't use your body, And they Then they believe in another person. That person even look awful. I mean, come on, you gotta put a better looking girl on there. He touched me and all that stuff. And then it died down because really you couldn't compare the two. When they put that in the election, I remember when Hillary Clinton was debating against him. They made that one of the questions. They said, what about your husband? You know, she deflect that question. And she deflected. She was deflect that. She's, like, yeah, that darn husband of mine. You know, and you know what he did and all. she deflected because she didn't want to answer that. I mean, you can't accuse him of what you and your husband did far worse, you know. But you know, and then now of course they saying that about Biden, the same thing, saying he woman accused him. What are they doing to her? They're ridiculing that woman and the other woman. You know, no, you're not supposed to, no, we ain't gonna listen to her because she's talking a bunch of bull. See, that's the same thing they did with Bill Clinton. That's not fair. If you don't, but you're not deflecting what you did just because you don't like our president. You know, you're not going to deflect that. You know, you burn him at the stake. I mean, I don't think that's fair. So we don't have fair parties. We don't. And I'm not saying that party alone is bad. We have some bad ones in the Republican Party, you know. So these parties are scamming together and all this stuff, and they're looking at their money. They're looking at their pocketbooks, okay. But I want to say, I know I want to draw a picture too, but anyway, I want to say when we talk about racism and all this stuff, and like I said, it happened to every race. Chinese had prejudice drawn on them, and the Indians, they had pressure, and still today the Indians are still having afflictions drawn on them, you know. But are they protesting in the street? Are they breaking up windows and all this stuff? They were here first, remember? They were in America first, but they decided to take a cut, you know, for this little piece of land, and you can have all of this. And we'll try to provide, this is what the government exchange, you know. We'll give you this little piece of land. You can raise your wolves. You can raise your wolves on there, and all. That's just not enough. And you have all these Indian tribes together, and they're trying to make it do this, and it's hard. And they have 15 people living in one house, and they sleeping on the floor, people. You try to visit an Indian reservation, you'll see that they're sleeping on the floor. They don't have the same kinds of resources. They you know, before they were shunned at, and probably today they're still shunned. And it's not only by the white people they're shunned, although mostly could be, you know, but they're shunned by a lot of other races, even by blacks. But, you know, we're in this position, and for them, you know, they'll say, oh, at least they have casinos. The casinos are good. Not all the Indians have casinos. Not all of them have casinos. Just some of them have casinos, and you know, so you can't just, for the few that have casinos, there's a lot of Indians, you know. And is that fair? That's not fair. That's not fair at all. And they're still being persecuted. And then, of course, one thing I have to say about other races, you know, when a person comes into the country, you know, you obey the laws. You don't bring in your own stuff in there. Like the Iranians can't bring in and say, well, yeah, If you don't accept us, we gonna chop off your head, you know. Okay, that's something you did in your country, but you don't do it here. Okay, because you came to our land, you know, you can't, and they write that in there, you know, these people are going to be like chopping off of everybody else head. You don't think they idolize those countries who have their people under control? Don't you think for 1 minute some of those people in Congress do not idolize those people who have those people in control? Because they do. They want that power. Because that's all power. If you have a big government, you have this power. Just like the police officers, just like anybody else could be puffed up, their head could be puffed up and say, I'm in power, I got control. And they can do the same dang thing to everybody. All the races. And if the races kiss butts with them and they start, you know, milking it and all that stuff, I don't know. They just like trying to kiss the butts of a person with big head, and they can. You gave them their power, but again, they can die. They can die just like anybody else can die. They can die. Okay, and when I was looking at the Old Testament, these kings were there and they reign, and they tell you how long they reign. Some of the subjects that come by them that they supervise over, these guys kill the king. Says, hey, I'm gonna just go in there and kill the king, and I'm gonna gain power myself. And that's what they did. And some of them, they gained power. They had different gods: god of stone, god of water, god of whatever. You know, I'm just naming them like that, but they had different gods with different names. Hard to pronounce. Okay. And that's what they worship. You worship these, but you only worship the devil. You know, the devil doesn't have to change his spot. Yes.
Yeah.
What do you need?
No, I'm about to go out
Okay.
to the thing, so I'll just give you a heads up.
Okay. Say hi. Say hi.
Hello.
You didn't show your face. He's a cutie. But anyway, be careful though. You know, and you know, they just have a lot of situations going on. We have people that want to be in power, and you know, our president right now doesn't want a big government, and because when you have a big government, just like with China and India, you have all these big governments, and they say, you do this and you do that, and the poor stays poor. I'm sorry, you're going to stay poor. The rich, you know, those people, they have people doing illegal stuff to tear down anybody that comes to a rise. You have to keep the people low, because when you you have to keep the people low and in need. And when you do that, you know, that way they have control. You know, they have control. You gotta keep them in need. Best way is in need. And people have this audacity of, you know, have this overwhelming stuff, have to have what the other people have. You know, you can't have what the other people have. If that person has a 3D TV you can see the people in true form, and you can almost touch them, but you know you can't touch them, but they're like walking in your living room. You can just see them like, wow. I mean, they haven't made movie theaters like that, but I mean, going to the movies be $1 billion, okay? If they had that, okay, it would be $1 billion. So anyway, they have the people in there. You can see what they're doing. You say, ooh. I mean, it's just, you can't afford a TV, so you go out your way. He says, well, guess what I have? I have a TV like this, you know, and you actually see the football players and say, yeah, I get them. And what if it's in 3D? Ooh, I can see that. Come on. I mean, that's exciting and that's awesome, right? But again, that's, I mean, practical. You can't really feel them. You can't, it's not like being there, okay? It's not like being there at the game and all that stuff, but you want it, that game experience. You want to see people looking at you in a different way. You know, those people are going to be looking at you, hey, man, you afford that? And then if you have an idolized friend, guess what he's going to do? He's going to break his bank trying to get one like you. Okay, and you know we experience those too, but anyway, you have friends like that, you have people that you run across like that, and really, I mean, if you want something, this is what you want. I mean, if you see this lady walking around, she has a wonderful, you like what she's wearing, oh, I like that dress, where did you get it from? My answer will be, I don't know. I don't know. It's a long time ago I picked this up because I don't want you looking like me. And that lady don't want you looking like her. She doesn't want you getting another dress and look like her. I don't like it when people are wearing the same thing I have. That's why I don't buy dresses. If I buy dresses, and people gonna be, chances are somebody gonna be there having the same dress on. So I do. No. Like we're wearing the same dress. Oh no. I hate it. I would take it off in a minute if I put it on another change of clothes on. Is that vain? Is that vain? I just don't, people, I mean, if you're wearing the same thing, people have some crazy means when doing the same thing, comparing you. Oh, you look better with that on than she does. Okay, come on. I don't know. But some people don't mind doing that. Some people don't mind. But in that, of course, I had something else. I just have to go out of scene. Okay, this mess. Just like to show my... I haven't been painting in a long time. So when I don't paint in a long time, and I got the fever since these masks came out to paint again, I start painting. Now, it's hard to find out. You might just view these as eyes and there's a big old teeth, but this is supposed to be a big nose. And then, of course, the teeth. And this is the hairiness of the body, of the face. And this is supposed to be a dog. Actually, a cute little dog. Alright. Be careful. Oh, I fogged my glasses.
Yes. Come in.
So anyway, I wanted to draw a picture because I can get to talk. I can talk during the picture if you don't mind. But I like talking. I'm trying to get my sons to possibly. I like his friends. His friends are so nice. I mean, you can tell they were raised up in respectable homes and stuff like that, and and that's wonderful. I mean, they don't lewd, and all they do is just sit and just talk, and they polite, say hi ma'am, and all that stuff, which has been a loss in this generation. And because a lot of kids just say hi, like, well, obviously you didn't come from that home, because I'm not your equal. But anyway, his friends do it, and that's, a lot of people don't raise their children like that. Are you gonna turn off the TV, baby?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I thought about drawing something that I seen, and I wanted to draw it again because I like how it was. Oops. What happened? Don't start on me. Okay. Anyway, I comb my hair. I comb my hair. And silly. I comb my hair. Because, my hair is... I'm losing my hair. It's not as luscious full, because I used to have like full animal to do that hair on my head. But as I seen that my family, they had the same situation too. Are you staying overnight or something?
No, this is just like for this. This is just extra stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay. So remind your father about that. Fill out that form. So you don't need to look at me anymore. I'm just trying to get myself together here. And yeah, I'm trying to keep my eye on the board. I'm trying to, so I don't lose what I'm trying to do. So anyway, I'm gonna do it like this.
Jamaica, nice.
I'm trying to feel lines, okay? Feel lines. Feel lines, more feel lines, more feel lines. You say, what is she doing? I don't even know what that is. Is she drawing chicken scratch? I mean, I had people like that behind me. I was like, how can I stand it? I mean, I couldn't stand it. So I tell people, I said, look, I am not going to draw. Give me a picture of you. Because I just couldn't stand the people in the background. They were terrible, the people in the background. Oh, they were awful. So, they were just bad. They didn't know they were bad. They were just trying to be a part of something. It's field lines. I'm just doing field lines. Just, because when you're drawing, you don't know. And it's good with the marker because you can always erase it but the bad with the marker is that you can't shade. I mean, you can shade with stains and stuff like that. You can do a staining, but and make it seem like it's. Let me see. That's where that comes in. That comes in like that. Says, I'm terrible. I don't know what it is that she's trying to do. I have to know. If you're looking at this at all, anyway. Might be looking, look at that. Over a zillion things you can look at online. You don't need to look at whatever name you can categorize me in and look at me. I know. You don't have to do this. I have to make a phone call. Do have to make a phone call. Because I do want to work again. And, I just, when I'm working, I hope things are a little bit different. It's the kid capacity, on the how many kids and how disciplined the kids are. Because kids can be very, very rowdy. Oh, I don't think I did this. Okay, yeah, this is what. Because this is supposed to cover up some stuff right here that makes things different. And so I hope this is all possible with a marker. And if, I'm going to do the best I can. I like the difficult ones, I like difficult ones. I don't like easy stuff. I draw this fish, draw the fish. And then people get wild of fish, like you draw a fish. Okay, it's a fish. Like, here's the monkey. I do. I feel like, hey, I could draw this. Just give me a challenge. But don't give me a challenge where it's the challenge is what should I say? I'm feeling. Don't give me a easy Easy, bold, challenge. And there's some people not sure about what is easy and what is hard. They only judge by what is hard for them. Don't judge what's hard for you. Only judge what's hard for them. Oh, that's hard for me. And then, it's going to have to be hard for you. Because if it's hard for me, it's going to be hard for you. So they judge that way. And I'm just do some feel lines. No, I'm not too close to where I'm supposed to be. Okay, I see this and this is in there. So I see this and this is supposed to go this way. A lot of that. It's not as heavy, but
No. What
I heard on there was a long time ago this guy on Facebook. He's a lonely guy, and had people would saw his page or saw his Facebook reply, and he got a flood of friends. I mean, he took him out to a party. There was nothing strange about the guy. There was not, special needs or whatever. I don't think so, but there's some nice people just trying to do something very, very nice. I mean, just taking the guy out, and I thought that was the sweetest thing. Oh, look at these people. They take this guy, and they didn't even know the guy at all. But then he found out he has a lot of friends now, Just from that act, he has a lot of friends. And I'm like, what? I mean, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, whatever you stuff. So anyway, and that was sweet. And I'm thinking about, I have kids that need to have friends too. And oops, you're about to go out on me. And we'll keep you away from that crazy lady. Just have friends and stuff like that. I mean, I have been so wrong with some, because I wouldn't, if you wrong me, and this was in the past, if you wrong me, you're pretending to be my friend or this special friend and all this stuff, and because people do that, they would like they're your friends or something like that, and they're not really your friends, at all. But and they say you're hanging around with her, and I felt bad because when I was growing up, we never really stayed a long time in an area, and so we never stayed a long time there in this area and that area. And I used to get jealous because I used to see these people had their friendships, and I've been knowing this girl for a long time. And you feel jealous because she's been knowing her for a long time. And here I am. I'm in a picture, and I don't have that. I don't have that connection like those people who knew that person for a long time. I don't have that same connection, and I felt bad about that. I didn't have that wonderful connection that I wanted to have. I wanted to have a connection like that. I did. I wanted to say, yeah, I've been known a long time too. Of course, I couldn't say that, because they would have figured out I'm just talking noise. I just know her, I just met her. It's like I don't know her, but I just met her. So I can't say I had a big old long connection with her. But I didn't go stalk or something like that, Well, when you're a kid, you don't know those things are wrong. But if I gravitated if you didn't like me, and some of the girls didn't like, because some of the girls were jealous. They didn't want their friend uh, to them like this friend, this new friend. Because what if she likes this new friend, which would be me, better than she likes them? And then what would happen to their friendship? But what would happen to their friendship? They were thinking like along those lines, like I'm a stealer and I'm going to steal the friendship from them, and that's not what I was trying to do at all. I didn't know the friendship, and I just wanted to say, well, that's good. But I was jealous. I wouldn't say I wasn't jealous of the connection, and I wish I had a connection like that. I wish I could say, hey, I know a different girl, not the same one. I know this one for years. Like you can just you have a position. Everybody wants a position. And in the United States, people want positions. I want this Baptist position, and a court attorney, and woo, you know, you have a big position. So you you like this. This is my position. You get all excited, and people who admire you get excited too, and they say, wow, this position, that's awful. You get people idolize these, and of course after some time and years they don't say, this is so and so who had this big position. That's dead, right? It's gone. As position you had is gone. You won't be in the history books. It's gone. Nobody's gonna look at it and say, what? So and so has this big position, No, in this country, if you did something horrible, like blew up something or whatever, people know you because you blew up something. Like those guys at Trade Center, they blew it up, and they're still known together. They're in the history books, like a billionaire becoming president. That'd be in the history books. It should be, Let's not let this happen again. And that'd be wrong. Because, and then another billionaire, he tried to do the same thing. But you're in the wrong party. Sorry to say, you're in the wrong party. You're in that crazy party. And it has turned out to be a crazy party, that party that my mom, I don't know what my mom would be saying. I don't know why they're doing that. I think my dad he would have quit that party a long time ago, because he was already not wanting to vote anymore. Something had happened, and he was looking for, if a candidate said that this is going to happen, and then he gets in the office and that doesn't happen, my father said, oh yeah, I'm so done. I'm so done with you. And he would have just banished the party. Would not be a party with him. You just